Hello humans, Master Dinnerflex here, bringing you the low quality content you deserve, and today I'll be going over Constellars. So, if I'm going over Constellars, why am I looking at the organization? Well, that is simply because they announced a new card in OCG Structures, which, by the way, is like one of the coolest ways you can do this. Honestly, I'd love if we could get that over here, but obviously not. We'd never get it. So what this card is just called Starring Knight. And it's a rank 4 light fairy XC, 99 attack, 1000 defense, and it just requires 2 level 4 monsters, which is kind of interesting. And it has 2 effects. The first one, that is the most important part of this, is that you can detach 1 material from this card, special summon 1 light monster from your hand, and based on the archetype it's like designed around, obviously that means this doesn't care which level it summons. Now, the second effect is also kind of relevant, where if it's in your graveyard except the turn it was sent there, you can target a level 4 fairy you control, and you special summon this card and attach it as a material. So it can turn, like, random fairies that are just sitting there into both its effect and then this effect of the card, which is very cool. And both of those effects are... The second effect is still kind of relevant to Constellars, since one of their best follow-ups is actually a level 4 fairy. But more importantly is this effect, the first effect. Now, Constellars are one of the old Zexal archetypes, and you can tell that because unlike all the other rank 4 decks we get nowadays, and even in late Zexal, early Zexal archetypes didn't really understand XC summoning as well as they do now. Because Constellars, the only time they've even had a slight amount of success is as a rank 4 deck, but the problem with Constellars as a rank 4 deck is, even for their time, they weren't very effective. Because even then, XC decks had a resource loop. Like, Fire Fist, Axis 4 Fire Fist, was all about Bear, Tinky, Wolfbark, Bear, Tinky, Wolfbark, and it would just loop those over and over again. And, like, Mermails had a lot of tools to keep, like, a loop with Gund. So, the point is that all of these XC decks had a resource loop, but for some reason, Constellars did not. And this, what I'm about to show you, is literally all of the level 4s this Constellar deck played. So it just maxed out on these 4 and called it a day. And none of these effects actually guarantee you have a next turn unless you just hard draw some of these. Like, if you hard draw Sombre, it obviously fixes that. But, like, Pollux, Algidy, Chaos, none of these cards actually let you play on the following turn. They just make an XC. And that's why this deck struggled so hard. But you might be asking, okay, then why didn't they ever give it a rank 4 that kind of facilitates it and, like, puts a resource loop up? And the answer is because they already have them. The problem is, like I said at the beginning, early Zexal didn't really understand XC summoning well. So instead of just rank 4s that kind of let the engine cycle itself, we get cards like these. So, as a rank 4 deck, you have a level 3, a level 5, and a level 6 that create a resource loop that you can't use. And under absolutely no circumstance are these better than just making a rank 4, but at the same time, this makes not having access to these cards make your deck suck. So, Sheraton is insane. It's literally Stratos for the entire deck. But why didn't they play this? Because it's a level 3, and it wasn't even until recently that they could use this for rank 4 material. It literally wasn't possible until recently. Like with the reveal, whenever we got Caduceus, which was, I think, last year, like this time last year. So, this card couldn't really solve any of the issues because it's a level 3, So even when you're going to use this to help you make rank 4s, it could never be a part of it. So this was effectively a spell card that took up your normal summon and was 700 attack. So it served no function. And then obviously the level 5s, like this one, I cannot pronounce the name. And this one is also a Stratos, but it can also trigger on special summon. And then in addition, this is a warrior returning alive that can also trigger on special summon. So these could create a really, really sick resource loop that is held back by the fact that these are the wrong levels. And this is why so many Constellar XCs, like only 2 of them are rank 4s, and one of them is virtually useless, and that's Parsepe. But that's why the Constellars have just ranks all over the place. They have a rank 3, they have 2 rank 4s, they have a rank 5, and they have a rank 6. It's because their original design wasn't around rank 4s, it was around all the ranks. But as we know from modern XC decks, you need to pick one level you're sticking around, and then either only make XCs around that level, or then make XCs around that level, and then add rank ups to increase it. Like, that's what we see with Phantom Knights, Raid Raptors. But Constellars didn't do this. So even to this day, a literal decade later, they have this major flaw that punishes them because they can't even use their own archetype. But now that I've talked your ear off, turns out this light rank 4 fixes that problem because the 2 high levels I just showed you trigger on special summon. Now, I just grabbed a random hand because I don't entirely know all the combo setups you can do yet. But let's just go into it. Thrasher as a great starter. And now we will normal summon Pollux to get our additional normal summon. And our additional normal summon will be Sheraton. We will activate it to search Zimbabwe. This is kind of nice since this Stratos searched to Stratos. Now we will overlay these 2 level 4s for the Starring Knight, and we will detach the Pollux specifically to special summon the Zucchini. Now, so we got a Stratos right here, and this Stratos searched this Stratos, and with this Stratos, now we are going to search Caduceus. And with Caduceus, we can just special summon it, and then its effect, I have done a video on this before, like a year ago, but we're going to activate its effect to search any Constellar spell or trap. So right now we have a level 3, level 4, and level 5, so obviously we need to change some levels around. Now right here, we can do whatever. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you some of the options we can do. So we are going to use Twinkle to increase the level of Sheraton by 2. This will go to the graveyard, and now we will activate Twinkle's Gem Knight Fusion effect to add it back to our hand. Now we will activate it again, because the only effect that's once per turn is recycling it, and we will increase Caduceus by 1. Now, this is one line of play you can do. You can overlay these 3 level 5s to make a Constellar that Constellars have yet to ever really summon well, and that is Diamond. And since it's a Constellar monster and I activated Star Chart, I just get to draw 1 card. Oh, that's kind of nice. And Caduceus, whenever it's attached to a Constellar XE monster, if it battles a light or dark monster before damage calculation, you just banish it. Like, there is no light or dark monster that can put an attack to Diamond. So, now no longer can Dragoon... okay, this is actually kind of funny. Like, Dragoon couldn't out this, which is really funny. But more importantly, this card has an effect. Cards cannot be sent from the deck to the graveyard, and any card added from the graveyard to the hand is banished instead. And then it's 3 Solemn Strikes for Dark Monsters, which just so happens to be the best attribute in the game. But that's just one. That's actually just one line of play. Let's go back a little bit to this. So, this is still in our graveyard. Let's say you don't want to go into Diamond. You can just instead increase this card's level by 1. And then you can make Pallades. We will get a draw from Pallades. So 1 fresh draw. Oh, wait. Actually, this was our draw from Star Chart. And then we can just attach a material to bounce the Sheraton to our hand. So now we have an absolute definite follow-up next turn. And then we just get to recycle the Twinkle. So yeah, that's another line of play you can do. But that's kind of what I wanted to show off with this deck. Since Constellars have never had a way to use their own cards, literally cards in their own archetype effectively, it felt, for literally a decade, like an incomplete deck. But now that we've got Caduceus to search Twinkle to bridge every Constellar to match levels, in addition, the addition of Starry Night to summon any of the big monsters that allow a resource loop, I'm honestly going to say it, this is the first time Constellars have ever felt complete. And that is very funny. That's actually super funny to me. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I don't got much to say. I feel like I've shown off a perfect example of what I'm talking about, and I hope I might go over this deck again soon, just because I don't actually know all the combos in the deck. I just know the interactions this rank 4 alone causes. But yep, that's about it. Thank you all for watching, and remember, Master Dinner Flex will take your soul.